At the end of the last episode, everyone made a really big deal out of the fact that the Autobots would be packing up and heading back to Cybertron. We even saw Spike gushing about it in his little diary. "Me and my hard hat are going to another planet! Gnarly!" But here it is, the very next episode, and suddenly it just never happened. Mulling over the fate of the Decepticons, Optimus Prime stares right into the water where their starship went down, but he's sure they're finished. Yeah, I was 9 when this episode came out, and I knew better. The Decepticons are just fine, hiding out under the ocean like Homer Simpson wishes he could. Meanwhile, we cut away to Shockwave, who's apparently been hanging out on Cybertron in gun mode for 4 million years. He's running low on power, apparently for the first time, and suddenly decides to call Megatron, who, let me emphasize this again, has been gone for 4 million years. They get caught up for a minute, and then Megatron discovers that Shockwave's been building some kind of special space bridge that can transport stuff between Earth and Cybertron. Where this bridge was meant to go before Shockwave discovered the existence and location of Earth, I don't know. So the Decepticons go do what they do best, invade a power plant. Naturally, Optimus finds out almost immediately, and his immediate reaction is to send the smallest, weakest guy he has to investigate. Oh, and the kid. Fortunately, despite this being a pretty big planet, the Decepticons are always operating within a short drive of Autobot HQ, so they're discovered. Now here's where the little yellow guy puts the bumble in Bumblebee. He totally screws up the escape, leaves Spike for dead, and then gets captured. The Decepticons put some sort of mind control mojo on him to lure the Autobots into a trap. Fortunately, the mind control makes him talk in a really stilted way, which should be a really obvious clue to his Autobot friends.
The bridge?
Yes?
The bridge is located in a cave 96.4 miles from the highway.
And Spike? Is he there too?
Yes, Spike is in the cave too.
Then there's no time to waste.
Or maybe not. So they're off. After wasting most of the third act in a cave, again, really I'm starting to think I'm watching old school Doctor Who here, the Autobots save Spike, and as an added bonus, Megatron's blasted to Cybertron via the space bridge. Starscream, well one of these Starscreams anyway, declares himself the new leader, just like he does anytime anything happens to Megatron. Seriously, I'm pretty sure there's an episode coming up where Megatron goes out for a Slurpee and comes back to find all the locks changed. But this is an experimental intergalactic matter transporter that, as far as we know, doesn't even work. So it's a fair chance Megatron's actually bought it this time. Except, now Optimus is skeptical. Totally convinced when their ship crashed into the water, but this time, nah, he's alive. And now for this week's science lesson. Stalactites and stalagmites. Stalactites hang tight on the roof of the cave. Stalagmites can be used to deflect laser beams. Somehow.
And that rear end assembly looks like it could use some old-fashioned blowtorch work to secure it.
Yeah, it sure does.